Have you ever been sitting on your motorbike in the middle of nowhere, Vietnam, talking away to your brother? Except not, because you don't actually have a brother? Probably not, because that is really specific and also definitely a little bit creepy. I'm currently approaching my 29th year of life, and I've noticed a dramatic shift has taken place in my mind. It's almost as if my brain is split into two different people. The person who I want to become and the person who I've been, or who I'm referring to now as my brother. See, I never actually had a brother. I grew up with 3 older sisters, and while those are still siblings, there's a certain dynamic between 2 brothers or 2 sisters that I think is really difficult to replicate. And one of the main traits of that being complete and brutal honesty. Sorry about that. Where were we? Basically, I was saying that my brother is kind of a piece of shit. Not really kind of. Well, yeah, okay, fine. Well, kind of.
Okay.
Hey!
Whoa!
See, he loves cigarettes, he loves alcohol, he loves to order pizza like 9:30 at night when you don't need pizza. Just all the really easy, delicious sources of dopamine he loves. Now, for the better part of the last decade, my brother, AKA Dickhead, has been in the driver's seat pretty much all the time. He'd occasionally let me drive, but he's the charismatic brother. He's easy to get along with, he's fun at parties, he's super social, and he's down for pretty much anything. But deep down, he knows that without all those cheap dopamine sources, he's kind of a directionless mess who doesn't really know what he's doing with his life. Now, at this point, some of you guys might be thinking, what the heck is this semi-bald, pasty white dude actually going on about? I've never met my evil twin brother or sister. And to that, I would ask you one question. How much time have you spent alone? Like really alone? Now, this place, Vietnam as a country, was the first time in my life I spent extended periods of time alone. I decided I was gonna motorbike across the whole country on a shitty little red motorbike that I bought for like 200 bucks. It was obviously incredible and I enjoyed every bit of it, but it was also the first time in my life I started to feel a little bit of discontentment. Basically, I had dreamed of being this wandering, directionless nomad for so long, and I was finally doing it, and it was a lot of fun, but there were many moments in there where I did think to myself, what am I doing? Or what's next, I suppose. But by having those times of 1 week and sometimes 2 weeks without really talking to anybody, at least conversationally, it gave me more time to communicate with myself, probably more than I ever had before in my life. Either way, it feels pretty bizarre being back here. 5 years later, these places that I did come alone and explore alone, a lot changes in 5-6 years. All these areas that I drove my shitty little motorbike on all by myself, it's all kind of come full circle. Hey, what do you think? Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I thought this was gonna be a super cool, dramatic opener to chapter 2. This dragon, I was here 5 years ago, and there was probably 3 other people here. There was actually a group of kids as well that wanted to get a photo with me, but now it is legitimately turned into Disney World. I can't believe how many people are here right now. There's gotta be a few hundreds. This whole place is basically like an abandoned water park, and you used to have to like dodge a security guard to roam around, and it's all these dilapidated buildings and shit. I'm certainly not gonna have any alone time here. Let's find somewhere else. So I was looking on Google Maps to try and find a place that was actually quiet and not super touristy. I saw this lake and I thought, oh, I'll give it a try. Maybe it's nice. Turns out it's a giant dam and quite the young, hip local hangout. Pretty cool spot. Yeah, like I said, that water park really threw me off, though. I thought that was going to be super epic, you know, a whole chapter about being alone in a dilapidated water park, empty and nothing, but instead it was like a dilapidated Disney World. So now on this last bit of sunlight, I'm going to wrap this up. I don't really know the moment in time where my priorities shifted or I was able to view my quote-unquote brother for what he is and just do this full 360 to being the person I am at this moment. Does that mean it'll always be that way? Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. Going from the drinker, the smoker, the partier, the bad sleeping habits, bad eating habits to eating well, training for a marathon, not drinking for an entire year, quitting smoking. I tend to jump from one extreme to the other straight away. I do this a lot with a lot of things. Is that a good idea? I don't know. It's better than carrying on doing what I was doing, I guess, in my mind. Is it stressful, though? Yeah, for sure. Anyways, I know some people probably aren't really able to be alone very much, but I guess the whole point of this is that when you are alone, at least for me, it's the only time I'm able to properly reconcile with what I've been doing and who I am and what I need to change. If you don't give yourself time to be away from all of those things, to just be present with yourself and your evil twin, then I don't know. I don't know if anything will ever change. Because I do know one thing, it's certainly changed me. This was not how I saw this video going. Anyways, oh well. See ya.